Alright, everybody out there in YouTube land, it's the one and only infamous aka Insanity here, bringing you the tutorial video for putting putting two different logos on your kick pads. Now, it's simple in a sense, but then it's complicated the more intricate you want to get. Alright, now we're gonna put kick pads all black. Just for the simple purpose of putting them all black. It's just easier that way. What you want to do in whatever designer or logo picture designer, whatever you do to make your logos and your stuff for your characters, what you want to do is you want to go into that and you want to put the two different logos that you want on your kick pads in the same picture. Now, the way I recorded this video earlier, I had a better showing of how to do this, but because that didn't want to render and it was a longer process, I figured I'd just do it this way. As you can see, this last logo that I'm switching back and forth to, you can see that it's two separate things that I want on the kick pads, but in the same picture. You have to put one on each side. You have to shrink it down and put it on each side. Unfortunately, by shrinking it down, it makes the logo smaller. And the logo is going to be even smaller when you put it on the kick pad. And you're not going to be able to stretch it out too far. And that is the downfall of this method. Like I said, as you can see, I have two logos in one picture. You have Techno on one side and an M with Japanese letters on the other. Now when you do that, also remember this: whatever you want on the right boot, and I mean his right, the character's right, not your right, which would be this way. What you want on the right boot has to be on the left side of the screen, and what you want on the left boot, his left boot, you want on the right side of the screen in order for this to work. Or you can do it the opposite way. You can do it the opposite way, but it's up to you. It's up to you. When I show you the actual method, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Now, when you get your logo situated, what you want or whatever, you put it on the game, and you situate it on the boots the way you want it. Like I said, unfortunately, you see this stupid stretch and fade. Yeah, there's nothing really much you can do about that. Like I said, it's unfortunate that this is what we have to go through, but you get it situated or whatnot, and like I said, you can't even stretch it out too far because it's not going to look good. So this is literally how far you can stretch it without it stretching and fading. I'm sorry. This is it. So when you position it on the boot the way you want to, of course you accept it, and then you go into logos, and then you go to designs and go to the rectangle, and then whatever design you don't want on the boot, you cover it up with the rectangle. Cover it up with the rectangle. The M is going to be covered up a little bit with whatever. And you paint it the color of the kick pad. Now, obviously, you can see like the stretching and the fading on the inside and outside of the boot or whatever. That just takes a little bit more maintenance, but obviously you can get rid of that. All you gotta do is just take another logo, or as many logos as you need to fix that. On this side, you just put this out there. Make sure it doesn't touch the logo inside the middle. And you color it. Same color. Same thing with that inside part. Put another logo. Designs. Go into that. Make sure this is covering that. It's not interfering with the design at all. And of course, make the same color. And there you have it. 2 different designs on the boots. Now, like I said, unfortunately, because of how small, you have to make it so it won't stretch and fade. And how small you have to put it inside of the picture is going to come out real thin and real tiny. Now, if you got something thin and like for instance, the Japanese letters are not that bad. The M, however, I would like for it to stretch from one side of the kickpad to the next, but the Japanese letters itself is not bad, being that skinny. This Techno logo, however, I wanted to cover like the majority of the kickpad, but again, like I said, with this method, it's not gonna work well because obviously it stretches and fades. Hopefully on 2K17 we don't have to run into that problem with the stretching and the fading. Now, with this method, you don't have to stick with just the inside, or I mean just the front of the kickpad. You can put it on the back. You can put it on the back or on the sides. If you want something different on the backs of your boots or kick pads or whatever, you can do the same method for the backs and the sides of the boots or whatever. And putting it on the sides and the backs, to be honest with you, is a better way because of how skinny it is. It just looks a lot better. So you can have the Techno on this side. You have the Techno on this side. You can even stretch it out a little bit more. Just a little bit more. You know, you cover up the logos that you don't want on the kickpad or whatever. Obviously without the one in the front being there, but or you can put it on the back. How unfortunately with the back it's exactly the same. You can't stretch it out too far. You have to have it skinny, unfortunately. But you can do the same method on the back and the sides of the boots. Even on the inside. You can even do it on the inside. It's pretty much the same. But this is how you get 2 different things. Well, this is how I got 2 different things on my kick pads. And now you know how to do it. Again, like I said, if 17 has it where the logos don't stretch and fade, you can do a whole lot more with this method right here. But hopefully we don't have to do that, because 2K might have given us a bone and gave us the ability to put separate designs on the kick pads this year. Hopefully. I'm not crossing my fingers because 9 times out of 10 we still can't. But even if we can't, now you know the method on how to do it. And I'm Insanity, aka Infamous, and you're welcome.